All right. Hi there, everyone. Fox 35 Storm Team Meteorologist TJ Springer here in the Storm Center. Hopefully you're having a great Sunday. Sunday fun day. We have made it. It is the first day of June. Where did May go? I don't know if anybody else feels that way, but I am still just shocked that it is already June, and crazy enough, it also coincides with the start of meteorological summer or weather summer, but more notable for us, hurricane season. So that is our big weather story of the day, but thankfully it is quiet, a lot quieter than where we were this time on our Saturday. Sunday looking a lot drier, a lot brighter. I think it's going to be overall a pretty day. So if you have any outdoor plans, maybe you're getting out to the theme parks, hike, walk, outdoor cookout, anything you can think of should be a lot better. But the storm chances are not completely zero. We'll talk about that more in just a minute. But that live look over Epcot and some of the resorts, you can see the Swan and Dolphin Resort there in the foreground. It's a bright, sunshine-filled day, that is for sure. There is a boundary to our south. We can see some showers and thunderstorms, places like Port St. Lucie, all close to where this boundary is, seeing the rain. Some rain close to Sebring. Actually had some severe thunderstorms this morning, even a tornado warning that sparked up. And thankfully that was south of us, but still a little nasty to kick off our day. Close to this boundary, more moisture in the air, lift. Now this front does look to try to sneak back to the north and could bring us some showers and thunderstorms the deeper we get into the afternoon. If you're joining us on YouTube, on Facebook, be sure to throw in any questions or comments. If you're watching us on Fox Local, please maybe hop on Facebook or YouTube and throw a question if you have one. If anything is on your mind, we would love to know. Hello and good morning to you, Fancy. How's it going? I'm gonna hop on over to Facebook, make sure I'm not missing anything over there. Let's see. Hello, Linda. Good morning to you and Ephrata. How's it going? All right, I'm gonna hop on over to my Facebook page too. I did share it over there to make sure I'm not missing anything on my Facebook page. I don't think I am, so good news there. All right, hi Rachel. Yes, the weather is amazing in St. Cloud. I agree with you 1,000%. Well, let's jump right into hurricane season, because that is certainly our big story as we've been hitting on. So our average, if you don't know, each year it is 14 named storms, 7 hurricanes, and 3 major hurricanes. Now, NOAA, Colorado State, 2 of the big organizations, of course, to put out their forecasts, and they kind of line up with each other. Usually they're fairly in sync in terms of their forecasts each year, and honestly, it's not that far off from our forecast last year. Now, NOAA is predicting 13 to 19 named storms, expecting 6 to 10 of those to become 6 to 10 of those to become hurricanes, and 3 to 5 of those to become major hurricanes. Now, CSU's 17 named storms, 9 hurricanes, 4 of those becoming major storms. Now, remember, what major hurricane means is it's a Category 3 or greater, so a really impactful storm, an impactful hurricane. NOAA is expecting 60% of those storms, a 60% chance of above normal activity. I need some more coffee, guys. It's one of those mornings. If you were with us yesterday, myself and Laura were in throughout the night, just keeping tabs on the radar, watching for any sort of strong to severe thunderstorms. Thankfully, didn't really have too many. It was still a really nasty start to our day yesterday, but I'm still on my my first cup of coffee. I feel like it's been one of those mornings where I can't get my words out. All right. Hello to Mona. Hello, Nini. Hello, Missy. Thanks for joining us. All right. So some things to consider why this season will likely become an above average year, an above average hurricane season. One of the big reasons is more ocean heat content, that fuel for storms. And we're expecting warmer than average ocean temperatures, Gulf temperatures once again this year. And that just fuels any sort of development when a system does start to develop. Now, in terms of our climate pattern, you hear us talk about La Nina and El Nino a lot, but this year we're kind of splitting it down the middle. We're in what we call ENSO neutral conditions, or an ENSO neutral phase. And ENSO is the El Nino Southern Oscillation. So when you hear us mention La Nina or El Nino, that just means we're looking at either above average temperatures in the Pacific or cooler than normal conditions in the Pacific. And that impacts things across the globe, across the nation, and in the local weather as well. Now, when you're in a neutral phase, you could oftentimes get reduced wind shear, which is, remember, the turning of the wind with height. With tornadoes, the greater the wind shear, the better chance you have of tornadoes and stronger tornadoes or long-track tornadoes. But with hurricanes, it's the opposite. So when you have less wind shear, these storms can really start to develop and become quite strong. And that's something we'll be watching extremely closely the deeper we get into hurricane season. Now, we have the potential for a more active West African monsoon as well. And when we see these waves come off the coast of Africa, thanks to that monsoon, a lot of times, if the conditions are right, you don't have that dust, you can see these storms turn into tropical systems, depressions, tropical storms, and hurricanes from there. So these are some factors of why the year looks to pan out the way it does. Be sure, if you don't have the Fox Local app, if you're watching us on YouTube or Facebook, be sure you download that, because you can get all the latest in the palm of your hand on your smart TV, and it's just a really good tool to have, because you can get not just weather alerts and weather updates, but also breaking news as well. All right, so temperature-wise this morning, if you've been out and about, it feels a lot better thanks to that cold front getting through. Temperatures still going to warm up today, going to be seasonable. Right now we're in the 70s to 80s. I'm curious where we are compared to this time yesterday. Let's see if I can pull that up. I don't think it's going to tell the picture or tell the story all that well, because of the clouds yesterday and the rain. It was actually cooler than where we were now. We're actually warmer than where we were. But if we pull up the dew points, which I think will tell the story a bit better. All right, 60s, 50s even in the land, Daytona Beach. I'm kind of jealous. Gainesville feels great up there. 50s in May, that is uncommon. Feeling downright wonderful. So if you're a little farther south, it still feels a little rough, but south of that boundary, closer to where the rain has been this morning, that's definitely where we're feeling more of that humidity. Now, this front starts to shift to the north. I think that's when we'll feel some of that humidity creeping back up. Anybody have any question? Hello, Carmen. Hello, Mary Pauline from Miko. Thanks for hopping on. Love to see it. Shirley, George, thank you so much. Miss you up in the Susquehanna Valley as well. Thanks for hopping on. Hello, Nini. Hola to you. Again, if anything's on the top of your mind, question-wise, weather-wise, please throw them in. Now, if you are on Fox Local, I am going to take a quick little break and take a little short 2-minute break. So we'll hop back on Fox Local in a moment, and we'll rejoin the breakfast chat, rejoin the conversation. But if you're on YouTube and Facebook, I'll be right here the whole time. Alrighty, while we're taking a little break from Fox Local, if you have any questions, I can answer those. Beverly, you're asking... Yes, this is Florida. This is Florida. Hello to you in Tennessee. Thanks for hopping on in Tennessee. Where are you in Tennessee? I'd love to know. Anita, good morning to you in Satellite Beach. How's it going? Hope things are nice over there on the coast. Hello, Diamond. All right, well, if you're a big Disney fan like I am, we only have a couple more days of the Flower and Garden Festival over at Epcot. Today and tomorrow. It ends on the 2nd. So I think we kind of consider tomorrow the last day. But it looks a lot drier. If you're getting out to the theme parks, still may want to pack the poncho in the bag just in case, especially if you have plans to get on water rides. It is going to be warmer than yesterday. But I still think we're going to have that stray shower storm threat with that front trying to wobble north. Chances greater south of Orlando, less north of Orlando. Highs today, and that'll be the place we'll stop for a moment so we can get our Fox local friends back on here after this quick commercial break. South of Orlando, there could be some pockets of cooler temperatures, especially if we get some showers and thunderstorms. Also, it's more humid. When the air is more humid, it takes more heat, so to speak, more energy to warm temperatures up. It's drier to the northwest. Temperatures are a little warmer there. However, that's great. It's funny you mentioned Knoxville, Tennessee, because I actually had a job interview in Knoxville. I almost took a job out there a while back. But your brother lives in Panama City Beach. That's awesome. I love that. All right. Good day to you, Lagacita Delgado. I hope I'm saying that right on YouTube. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining us. All righty. I think we're going to end the ad break here and rejoin everybody on Fox Local. All right. Welcome back to all of our friends on Fox Local. Hello. We were just talking a little bit about the highs today across Central Florida. Seasonable. Average temperatures are 90 now, so that's pretty close to where all these temperatures are pretty close to where we should be for this time of the year. All right. Kathy, I see a question here. Why are you so much louder than the stories you show? Is the mic too close? I'm not sure if... Let me know. Is it too loud? Please weigh in. Yeah, we use a little mic here. It's actually not on me, but it sits right in front of me. If I'm being too loud or it sounds a little rough, please let me know. I don't want to have you guys hearing it that way. Okay. Going forward, tonight the forecast shapes up mainly dry, upper 60s, lower 70s, again, close to where we should be for this time of the year. We still may see a stray shower or thunderstorm. Now, as we head through the day tomorrow, this boundary is still going to be with us, so that could lead to a little lift to spark off some more showers and thunderstorms. But as we head through the day as a whole, we're going to have an area of low pressure upstairs in the atmosphere moving our way. So with that, we'll have some upper level support. We'll have some support at the surface. So it looks like more widespread showers and thunderstorms than what we saw today. Chance is still not super high, but higher than our Sunday. So let's time it out here. This is our Fox model. We can see those stray showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. Again, mainly south of Orlando, Osceola County, southern Brevard County, closer to the Treasure Coast, greater chances for rain. We dry out tonight briefly, and then we start to see the chances for more showers and thunderstorms heading through our Monday evening drive, dinner time. If you have any camps that you're maybe taking your kids to, now getting out of school, just keep your eyes to the sky, keep your eyes on the radar, because there could be some storms that could briefly turn a little strong. We're not under a severe weather risk right now, but the potential is there nonetheless. Now, looking forward into time, here June 7th to June 11th, 6 to 10 day outlook for rain. We're getting into the rainy season now. So, daily chances for rain, the East Coast sea breeze going to be the driver in that. This is kind of typical. So, it looks like little by little, we'll start to eat that drought away, which is great news. Beverly, thank you. Thank you for weighing in. I hope I don't sound too loud. That's great. I'm glad to hear that. Thanks for the comment. Hey, you guys are the eyes and ears, and I greatly appreciate it. Alrighty, well, let's take a little look at the 7-day forecast here. And speaking of the East Coast sea breeze, it becomes a lot more dominant as we head through the latter half of the week. Now, we still have a little bit of upper level support Wednesday and Thursday, and don't mind me, I'm just hopping on my phone to see if I'm missing any comments here as well. I don't think I am, thankfully, but let me hop on over Just make sure. Sometimes when you're on your phone, you can see things a little more. Sometimes see things a little bit better. Okay. All right. I don't think so. So good news there. But again, anything on your mind, please let me know. All right. Back to the 7-day. 90s Monday and Tuesday. As high pressure starts to build back into the surface briefly, chances are a little bit lower Tuesday. But then Wednesday and Thursday, we have a little bit of upstairs energy. The sea breeze makes for more widespread showers and thunderstorms, more clouds. A little cooler as well, which is nice if you have anything going on outdoors. Despite the rain, it won't feel quite as bad. It'll be humid, but it won't be quite as hot. And then still chances, as those disturbances start to move away, we'll still have that easterly to southeasterly flow with afternoon showers and thunderstorms Friday and Saturday. All right, so with that, there's a little weather update, and I'm still going to talk weather if you have any weather questions. But I wanted to talk about some of our trending stories that we had on Good Day Orlando yesterday and today, and I would love to hear your thoughts about them. We had a story about Sydney Sweeney, and I guess apparently she had some comments about her bathwater, and I guess she joined up with this company to sell soap that has her bathwater in them, which is really interesting. I think it's literally called Sydney Sweeney's bathwater. Actually, let me pull it up because I don't want to get it wrong. Sydney Sweeney bathwater soap. Yes. Trolls bathwater soap critics. It does contain her actual bathwater. So, a touch of her bathwater. Introducing Sydney's Bathwater Bliss, a very real, very limited edition soap made with my actual bathwater. Would you buy it? I don't think I will be buying it, but I'm curious to hear what you have to say. Super fun. All right. Briefly, going to take another little break here on Fox Local. I'm going to take a quick break there. We'll stay on Facebook and YouTube. Let's see here. All right. Just want to make sure real fast before we keep chatting. I want to make sure we are actually on. I believe that we are. Actually, it looks like we might not be on Fox Local for whatever reason. That we might be having some technical difficulties, but I know we're on Facebook and YouTube. I know that much. Well, it could be because I took the break. Hopefully, we are live on all the platforms here. I may have to check that out. But while we're taking this quick little break, it looks like Debbie is giving me a throw-up emoji. Beverly's saying, "No way." I'm imagining that's a lot of the thinking on that. Now, another one of the big stories we had yesterday was Taylor Swift getting control of her music. I know a lot of Swifties were really happy, and I'm sure she's unbelievably happy that she's been able to get control of her music back. That was a crazy story when that first happened. But we were talking about that on Good Day Orlando yesterday, how she is still planning to re-record her last couple of albums that were still under her old record label. So exciting for all of the Swifties out there. Now, a story we had this morning, a trending story, was TikTokers kind of reliving the 90s life, which I love this. I'll age myself in maybe not a good way, however you look at it, but I was born in the early 90s. I was a 1993 baby, so I also just got on TikTok. For those of you that are on TikTok, Bowtie Weatherman is my handle, and I might have to make one of these TikToks because it was just talking about 90s nostalgia and a lot of people having these 90s nights where they're just unplugging, watching 90s VHS tapes, maybe 90s food, anything 90s vibes. I think that's what the goal of these TikTok videos has been. All right, so let's hop off. I'm going to rejoin our friends on Fox Local, and I'm going to make sure we're on. I think we should be back here. Actually, it might be... I'm not seeing myself on Fox Local. It looks like it might be live now, so maybe there's a special on live now that I might not be able to get control of. I don't think... Yeah, I'm sorry if I was saying that if you were trying to get on Fox Local and watch us there. It looks like we might not be on Fox Local at this current time, but I'll have to see if I can figure that out here. Hopefully tomorrow. But for all of us watching on Facebook and YouTube, I greatly appreciate it. Before we hop off here in the next few minutes, I think we'll hop off right around 11. Does anybody have any weather questions on the top of mind, the top of their heads? I'm not seeing anything on Facebook right now. I'm seeing a couple things on YouTube right now. Good afternoon from Liverpool, UK. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. Scent Wars and good vibes. Thank you so much. I appreciate you watching every week. That is wonderful. When you come over here for a vacation, for a holiday, that is spectacular. I'm not seeing anything on my Facebook either at the moment. But before we hop off, I'll definitely pop up the 7-day here one more time. Give you a little glance at that. It's definitely in a more active week. Again, getting into the rainy season. This is what we're expecting. This is kind of the deal now as we head through the next couple weeks. It looks active and somewhat unsettled each and every day, but this is Florida, right? That's why we live here, for the warmth and the sunshine in the winter and the fall, where it's not so chilly. Well, I don't think I'm missing anything. One more time, we'll bop on up to and bop up to the big story today, which is hurricane season. We are going to be with you every step of the way. We're always going to be tracking the tropics here in the Storm Center. We hit home this morning a lot on Good Day Orlando. If you have not downloaded the Fox Local app, please do so. You can have the latest weather alerts, our latest forecasts, and anything special that we do, like our hurricane special. That is on Fox Local now. If you happen to miss it, it aired on Memorial Day, but some really great content. The Storm team worked so hard. Myself, Laurel, Noah, Jess, and Brooks all worked so hard to put that together. A lot of great stories this year. The NOAA forecast, 13 to 19 named storms. This is the initial forecast. Remember, this can get tweaked. 6 to 10 hurricanes, 3 to 5 of those becoming major hurricanes. It looks fairly similar to last year, but we're not in that. We were expecting last year to get into that La Nina phase of ENSO, and that was supposed to really make for a big hurricane season, and it did. We were above average. Had a lot of nasty storms, including Milton and Helene for us here across Central Florida and Florida as a whole. So we're going to be watching and waiting and keeping you ahead of anything that looks to form in the tropics over the next couple weeks and beyond as we head through the season. Before I leave you, we have a couple more minutes. If there's anything that's on your mind, please let me know. And hey, before we get off, if you're doing anything fun today, let me know. I know, I think because of the Flower and Garden Festival ending in Disney yesterday, just because of us being up super late watching the storms. Myself and Laurel, I slept so hard when I got home. We kind of had a chill day at home. Did some not spring cleaning now because it's weather summer. We're not quite into summer calendar wise, astronomically yet, but we'll be there soon, later this month. But we did some cleaning, got out and had some dinner. But I think today we're going to hit up the theme park since it's a lot nicer of a day. Well, it looks like we are on Fox. Good. I think we are on Fox Local. I think it just was that little delay. So good deal. I just wanted to make sure. I just hopped on over to the website, and it looks like we are there. So I'm happy to see that. Alrighty. Hello to you, Christina and Claremont. Thanks for hopping on. I feel bad. You can go, since we're going to hang out for only another minute or two. You can go back and watch the watch it from start to finish if you're so inclined. Alrighty. Well, have a great rest of your Sunday. And again, if you have any questions that pop up, cross your mind, you can throw them in, and I will try to get to those through the rest of the day. But have a great Sunday, and our little breakfast chats, we're going to be doing these every Saturday and Sunday now at 10:30 on Fox Local, on Facebook, on YouTube. So be sure to join us every weekend. I so appreciate it. We can't do it without you watching, hanging out at home. So we'll see you later. We'll see you next weekend, and have a great rest of your weekend and a great rest of your Sunday.